Sir? How are you? What are you doing, Rich? Cool, dude. Got a new cage? What the heck? This thing is sweet, bro. This cage is junky. Oh, man. Got a new vision cage for the cats and Richard. Psych. Psych not. It is big enough for you, though, Rich. But I would never put you in a cage. You're way too freaking... You're way too cute. I love you. What is going on, guys? What's up, Pepe?
What up?
Dude, chilling?
Chilling.
Bro, that shirt is awesome.
Always
Florida
chilling.
Mickey.
Pretty tight.
That's a pretty funny shirt. I like it. So, today, guys, look. New vision cage. Model 734. It is 44 inches tall, 80 inches long, and 28 inches deep, which is like 430-something gallons if this were to be a tank. So it's pretty big. It's going to be a great size for Littlefoot. For those of you that don't know, Littlefoot is my het black dragon that I got from Nerd a year or so ago now. I'm not really sure the locality on him because he's kind of small. You'll see here in a minute. Yeah, he's smaller. Dude, the other ones are growing insane fast. Littlefoot, I don't know if it's the cage that he's in because it's smaller. I moved him out to this big cage. We have a bunch of cages on my patio that I had him out at, and it was just like too much for him. He did not like being outside. He was very fidgety all the time. He was becoming aggressive. He wasn't eating. All sorts of things happened. He hated it outside. Moved him back inside, chilled out. Now he's back to being nice and handleable. He's eating like a champ, but he's really just not growing a lot. But whatever. Hopefully this cage is going to help him grow a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this cage up. I got some aspen. We got a heat light going on top. I got a UV light also because we're going to be putting some live plants in this cage. We're not going to go too crazy with it because it's a water monitor. Every time I try to decorate these cages a lot, they're just very destructive. They destroy everything. They knock everything over. They lift up their tails and they poop on everything like projectile. They're disgusting.
It's rough.
Yeah, you have to clean. I clean these cages, especially their water, like every day, every other day. I walk into my house and my house will smell absolutely terrible because like it'll take a shit in the water and it's disgusting. So let's get this cage set up. First things first is I'm gonna set up these lights real fast. Now, a lot of other vision cage videos that I've done setting up these cages. Some of the smaller ones I have in the snake room, like the 2-footers, the 3-footers, even some of the 4-footers, they have vents in the back of them, but you still have to run the electrical through the top. So I have a bunch of like light fixtures that I install inside of those cages that don't have big vents to put lights on. So if they have lights like this though, see how these are more open, there's just bigger areas, so there's just way more of a space to put a light. So I don't really have to go in here and drill light fixtures. I can just literally take a dome and just put my heat light right on the top right there. I'm gonna run a very short light cycle on this cage just because it's in my Florida room in my house. This is the room that I used to have Tarukin, so there's windows everywhere. So this room gets a lot of sunlight in the morning, which is great. That's why I positioned this cage right here, because the sun, that's east right there. Sun comes up over there every morning. So the morning, this room gets a lot of natural sunlight and it's awesome. My cats love it. Yeah, they lay down on their little cat tree and they soak up the sun. They love doing that. So the light hopefully will hit this cage perfect in the morning too, and he'll enjoy that as well. This is gonna be a great room. It's kind of like having him on my patio. Yeah, it's gonna look great. Like I feel like he's gonna be very happy in this cage. And then soon enough, when I get my property, I'll try to move him again outside once he grows a little bit more. So, all right, let's quit mumbling. We're gonna set up this cool light right here also. So this is a Terra Sky. This is from Exoterra. Thank you guys. They sent this to me a while ago, but I just haven't really had a use for it yet. But I figured let's use it on this cage. So we're gonna set this thing up right in the middle. Hopefully it'll be wide enough to reach both plants. If not, I'll have to figure it out. This thing is pretty sweet though. It comes with a little remote. This is meant for live plants in aquariums and vivariums. So hopefully this light and the sunlight coming in will be plenty fine for these little plants that I got. I just got some little bushes from Home Depot. Super easy to take care of. They're like low light plants, so hopefully they do well in this cage. We'll figure it out. I'm not really too good on my plant thing, but That's okay. Alright, so that's nice and secure. Perfect. So let's get this cleaned up, get the substrate in the cage. So, I've said in another video a while ago, grapevine is really hard to find right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's easier to find in other states, but in South Florida, it's very hard to find. And it's pretty expensive. So, if anybody knows where to find some, let me know, because I need a lot of it. So we're going to just reuse the piece of grapevine that I have in Littlefoot's cage now, and then I'm just going to keep on looking. I have a bunch of old bird perches in my garage, which I kind of want to save, because I'm going to need them eventually again, but I kind of want to reuse it. I don't know, but let's just get this cage set up for now, and we'll just keep upgrading it as we go. We're using Aspen today. I went to Home Depot earlier, and they are completely sold out of mulch, which is pretty crazy. And then I went to Ace's Hardware, they're also sold out of mulch. Awesome. But we just want to get this thing set up today so we can get him out of his old cage and into the new one finally. So, aspen bedding it is. Oh, I need a freaking knife. Alex, you got a blade?
Got a little one.
Oh, thank you. Oh, what the heck is this? This is not a knife, bro. Get rid of this crap.
Here, try this one.
Oh, that's a knife. Put this thing up like that. Dude, that just... What the heck? Where did you carry this thing in your pocket all the time?
Pocket knife, bro.
You just keep this thing in your pocket?
Yep.
God.
Keep it in my prison pocket.
You are gnarly. Don't be messing with Pepe, bro. You'll get freaking shanked. Now, we're probably going to need like maybe half of this bag. This aspen bedding comes pretty compressed. So when you actually take it out of the bag, it fluffs out a lot. So let's just get this in there like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Freaking weirdos. Dude, this is freaking nice, bro. Richie, you see this thing? Oh, next time you freaking destroy my house, this is where you're going. I'm just kidding. I would never do that to Rich. He's such a sweet little boy. Grapevine. So let's see if I can. How the heck did I have it before? Kind of like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I use this piece kind of to hold up this big piece of the bed. You know what I mean? And it's pretty sturdy too. So boom, I'm just gonna keep that like that. I'm actually gonna move it over here because this is where his heat light is. So I want him to be able to, you know, kind of regulate his temperature like this. So that way if he wants to be like less hot, he can move down here. If he wants to get right in the sunlight and get direct heat from this heat light right here, he can just sit right here, get nice and cooked up, warm and happy. I don't know where to put this. Maybe I could put this in the corner like this. You know what I mean? Just for decoration. It's not really sturdy enough for an animal like him to climb on. It just adds some greenery to the cage. Makes it a little less boring of a setup, you know what I mean? Kind of break this tan crap up a bit. Now that's why I put this UV light in here. Because hopefully it'll keep these plants alive. Hopefully. They're partial outdoor light. So in theory, I feel like we're going to be just fine. Alright, so this water bowl Tupperware container is just temporary. I want to get him a nice big one. Maybe put a pump on it for a filter, but that's probably going to get gross because then it's just going to, it's disgusting. Whenever you have a pump or a filter on a pond that a water monitor is in, it's just like gets clogged with shit every day. It's way better and easier. It just makes more sense to just change the water out. You know what I mean? That's why the cages outside, they have open and close valves on them. I could just open up those valves, drain the water out completely, hose all the crap out of it, close that valve up, refill them. Fresh water. Same thing with this. It's just easier to take it out, dump it in the sink, dump it outside, change the water. Alright, so last thing that we have to do to set this cage up is just put the glass on here and then get Littlefoot out of that cage finally and put him in here and see how he likes it. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to grab the glass right now. Ron, what are you doing, dude? Excuse me, sir. I know you're just trying to help. Dude, cats have to like be involved with everything. They're just like so nosy. Anytime I have a bag or a box or something like that, they just go in it right away. Or anything. If I'm doing something or bring something new into the house, they have to like look at it and inspect it, touch it, or knock it off the counter, or break it, or eat it. Terrible. Alright, so let's get this up here. Nice and carefully by myself, because Alex is filming. Here we go. Ooh. Sheesh. They're heavy. One side. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Vision, so much. You guys really do rock. Like, I've been using Vision Cage forever. Like, since I was a kid. Like, I remember working at Underground Reptiles. We used to call it the wall because one of the walls is complete vision cages with all the snakes in it. And my favorite thing to do during my days was to clean the snake cages, because it was either clean rat poop, it was just clean the mammals, clean that. I would rather work with the snakes. So I always wanted to do the wall, but it was just like this big wall, floor to ceiling with visions. And I just loved the way that it looked. Like my snake room, they're all stacked. It's all very uniform. It looks very professional. They're easy to clean. They're just the best of the best. There's a lot of companies out there like them, but they're just not even comparable. Vision is the OG best one out there. Whew, there we go. Oh my God, that's so bad. All right, perfect. So now we got these glass panes in here. These are little handles up here. So we're just gonna take these guys off, put them in the middle on each side. All right, boom, here we go. One down, right down. Make sure it's level. I'm just eyeballing it because it's okay. I'm a tap maker, man. I'm pretty good at eyeballing things. That's what I do for a living. So now I'm gonna clean up this crap real fast, and we're ready for Littlefoot to go in there. It looks pretty dang good. It is nice and simple. We got a place for him to hang out with. Oh, I got his little hide box, my bad. I think I actually even have a bigger one, so I'm gonna go grab the bigger one before we put him in. Pretty sure there's a bigger one in the snake room that we're gonna use, because he's a little bit bigger than this. He's barely gonna fit under this one anymore. So we're gonna X-nay that. Boop. Go grab the bigger hide box and get Littlefoot out of the cage and see how he acts. Hopefully he doesn't bite me, because he's getting a little bigger, and a bite from him now is not gonna be too much fun. And especially seeing how last time he bit me, he held on for like 20 minutes and would not let go of my finger. So let's get this done. All right, Littlefoot. Hello, sir. How are you? Would you like to come out of your cage and crawl on me? Don't bite me, please. I don't want to be bit by you today. Come on, let me just go ahead and grab you like this. Richard, leave Littlefoot alone. He does not want to be messed with. Rich, that is always the thing. You always want to make sure the cats, the dog, nobody's going to mess with your animals and make them aggressive and scare them. So let's come over here. Excuse me, sir. Dude, you got sharp claws, Littlefoot. All right, Mr. Littlefoot. He's doing great, man. He's not like the black monitors outside. Like, I would never be able to do this with LaFonda. She would be trying to rip my fingers off already. Excuse me, little sir. What was that? That wasn't even a bark. That was a chirp. Did you hear that, Littlefoot? Freaking crazy. So now that he's going to be in this big cage, I can work with him a little bit easier, walk right up to the cage, get him to come out. What I've been doing with him is I sit on my computer chair over there, and every time I feed him, normally I make him crawl out, come onto my lap, and then I hand feed him that way, because he's doing a lot better now. Especially, dude, a huge difference from being outside to now inside again. He's just like back to being super chill. Before, I remember when he got out of the cage? He got out of the cage a couple times. Like, he snuck through this little crack that was in one of the cages, and we found him on the patio 2 different occasions, and he did not like it. As soon as we found him, we tried holding him, and he bit me, he bit Alex a few times. But now, it's been a while since he's tried to latch on to either one of us. I'm not going to go ahead and jinx myself right now, because then he's going to just bite me, because that's how it always freaking works, right? But he's doing good. As you can see, he's not that big. Like, he's got great body weight. He eats a lot. He's just not a huge lizard. Like, he's just like a decent size, which is cool, because he's like very handleable up at this size. But I want him to be huge. So one day, you will be big and strong, Littlefoot. But that's why I called him Littlefoot, because he's freaking small. So let's get him in his new cage and see how he likes it. He's already acting pretty curious about it. So let's see. Let's put you on your branch. Look at that, dude. Look how little he looks in this cage now. It's so much better. Like, I feel like he's going to grow bigger in this cage. When he was all antsy outside, a lot of people that I was talking to about it was saying that maybe he was in too big of an enclosure, so he didn't feel as safe as he would in a smaller cage. But being in a smaller cage, then he won't grow as fast as he would. You know what I mean? There's just pros and cons to each side. But I feel like this is going to be absolutely perfect for him. This new Vision Model 734. Guys, thank you so much. I love it. Littlefoot seems to be loving it. I know he's only been there for a minute, but he's going to just check things out, maybe crawl up on his branch. I still want to add some more foliage in the back and kind of spruce this tank up a little bit. We're going to get rid of this aspen, hopefully in the next week or two when Home Depot gets some mulch in. Well, that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Vision, thank you so much for sending me another cage. I still have another 6-footer coming for the snake room, so we'll do another video about setting up that. That's going to be the new indigo cage, which I'm super pumped for. TylerNolanTattoos.com. Check it out. Got a whole new merch company doing my thing. We relaunched the website. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Also, Tyler Nolan Tattoos. I still can't get my old Instagram back. They actually finally deleted it for me last week, so now I was able to change it back from, my backup account was Tyler Nolan Tattoo, now it's Tyler Nolan Tattoos again. So all my merch has Tyler Nolan Tattoo. It's just like, it's gonna be great. Now hopefully the next step is they'll verify me again, and everything will be Gucci. So, till next time guys, I hope you liked the video. Vision, make sure you check out Vision. Down at the bottom, I'll put the link for you guys. Go order one of these badass cages. They have a lot of other things that they do as well. They don't just build reptile cages. They build bird aviaries. They do all sorts of things. Great company. What, Littlefoot's digging already in his cage. Gonna explore, bro. I hope you like it. I'm gonna feed him here in a minute also. Just throw the food right on top of that high box for him so the aspen doesn't get stuck to it. And that is it. Okay, little Rich? Let's go. Do the rest of the things we have to do today. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye then.